Did NASA find something important on Pluto? What if one of the smallest worlds in our solar system turned out to be one of the most fascinating? What if a place once dismissed as a frozen rock at the edge of the sun's light actually hides oceans, mountains, and even ingredients for life? This is Pluto, a world that was once our ninth planet, then demoted to a dwarf planet, but now, thanks to NASA's discoveries, has returned as one of the most mysterious and exciting objects we've ever explored. So, did NASA actually find something important on Pluto? The answer might change the way we think about life in the universe. The forgotten planet Pluto was discovered in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh. For decades, it was celebrated as the ninth planet, the lonely outpost of our solar system. Children grew up memorizing it as the last stop in the planetary chain: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. But Pluto was always strange. It was tiny, smaller than Earth's moon. Its orbit was tilted, elongated, and unlike any other planet. By the early 2000s, astronomers had discovered other objects in the Kuiper Belt, icy bodies beyond Neptune, some almost as big as Pluto. That's when the big debate began. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union decided Pluto was no longer a planet. It became a dwarf planet. Millions of people were disappointed. Pluto was downgraded, forgotten by many. But just 9 years later, everything changed. New Horizons, a journey to the edge. In January 2006, the same year Pluto lost its planetary title, NASA launched a spacecraft called New Horizons. Its mission: to fly past Pluto and show us this mysterious world for the very first time. New Horizons traveled for nearly a decade. It covered more than 3 billion miles. And on July 14, 2015, it made history, swooping just 7,800 miles above Pluto's surface. For the first time, humanity laid eyes on this faraway world in stunning detail. What we saw changed Pluto forever. The heart of Pluto. The first image that captured the world's attention was Pluto's heart, a vast, bright, heart-shaped feature stretching across its surface. Scientists named it Tombaugh Regio, after Pluto's discoverer. But the heart wasn't just symbolic. Its left lobe, known as Sputnik Planitia, is an enormous plain of nitrogen ice. What shocked scientists was its youth. This region is almost free of craters. That means it is geologically young, constantly reshaped, and possibly still active today. For a tiny, frozen world billions of miles away from the sun, that was completely unexpected. A dynamic, active world. Before New Horizons, many scientists thought Pluto would be boring, just another dead, cratered body like the moon. But the spacecraft revealed towering ice mountains made of water, as high as the Rockies. It showed glaciers of frozen nitrogen slowly creeping across the surface. It found dark, ancient terrains beside bright, freshly resurfaced ones. Pluto is alive. Not in the biological sense, at least not yet proven, but geologically alive. It has weather, movement, and change. Some features even suggest that Pluto might have ice volcanoes, cryovolcanoes, that once spewed slush and water instead of lava. This means that beneath its frozen crust, something powerful is driving heat and activity. The hidden ocean theory. One of the most exciting possibilities to come from NASA's data is the idea of a subsurface ocean beneath Pluto's icy shell. The way Pluto's surface has been deformed and fractured suggests there is liquid water deep underground. If true, this would mean that even a tiny world at the edge of the solar system can maintain liquid water thanks to internal heat. And where there is water, the possibility of life follows. Scientists now believe Pluto may have an ocean buried more than 100 kilometers beneath its surface. It could be kept liquid by salts, ammonia, or simply by the insulating properties of the thick ice above it. It may not be an ocean we could swim in, but it could be a hidden habitat for microbial life. Pluto's atmosphere, a thin veil of mystery. New Horizons also revealed that Pluto has a surprisingly complex atmosphere. It is thin, fragile, and mostly made of nitrogen, with traces of methane and carbon monoxide. But what amazed scientists was the sight of hazy, layered skies, more than a dozen thin layers stacked above the surface. Sunlight filters through this haze, creating a bluish tint. This haze may even produce organic molecules called tholins, which fall back down and coat Pluto's surface with reddish material. Think about that. At the edge of the solar system, this tiny world has skies, chemistry, and processes that could help us understand the building blocks of life. Why Pluto matters. So, why is all this important? Because Pluto proves that the solar system is far more diverse and dynamic than we imagined. For decades, scientists assumed small, icy bodies would be dead and frozen forever. But Pluto shatters that assumption. It shows us that geological activity, chemical complexity, and even hidden oceans are possible far from the Sun. It hints that the potential for habitable environments could exist in many unexpected places. And if Pluto can surprise us, what else in the Kuiper Belt might be waiting? The Kuiper Belt frontier. Pluto is not alone. It is just one of many worlds in the Kuiper Belt, a vast region filled with icy bodies left over from the birth of the solar system. Objects like Eris, Haumea, and Makemake may also hold secrets. After flying past Pluto, New Horizons continued its journey deeper into this frontier. In 2019, it flew past another object called Arrokoth, an ancient, untouched relic of the early solar system. This showed that missions to the outer solar system are not just about Pluto. They are about understanding the origins of planets, and perhaps the origins of life itself. Did NASA find life on Pluto? Let's be clear, NASA has not discovered life on Pluto. But what it has found is just as revolutionary, a set of conditions that could make life possible. Liquid water, organic chemistry, energy from internal heat. These are the same ingredients that make Earth habitable. If they exist on Pluto, it raises a profound question. How many other small, icy worlds could be hiding life in the cosmos? The future of Pluto exploration. New Horizons gave us a breathtaking first look, but it only scratched the surface. To truly answer the mysteries of Pluto, we need to go back. Many scientists are calling for a Pluto orbiter mission, a spacecraft that could stay in orbit, map the entire world, study its atmosphere, and even probe for signs of a subsurface ocean. Such a mission could reveal whether Pluto's interior is truly liquid, whether its volcanoes are active, and how its atmosphere evolves over time. Some even dream of a lander, touching down on Sputnik Planitia, drilling into the ice and searching for complex chemistry. These missions would be expensive and would take decades to plan and fly. But the scientific rewards could be enormous. A world that refuses to be ignored. So did NASA find something important on Pluto? Absolutely. It found a world that defied expectations. A world with mountains of ice, glaciers of nitrogen, hazy skies, possible oceans, and chemical complexity. Pluto is not just a frozen rock. It is a living laboratory, a reminder that the universe is full of surprises. And even though it lost its planetary status, in many ways, Pluto has become more important than ever before. Because Pluto forces us to confront the biggest question of all. If life's building blocks can exist here, so far from the sun, then perhaps life itself is not rare. Perhaps it is scattered across the cosmos, waiting for us to find it. Final reflection. Sometimes the smallest worlds carry the biggest secrets. And Pluto, a dwarf planet at the edge of our solar system, may one day prove to be the key to understanding life beyond Earth. Until then, every image, every data point, and every mystery from Pluto reminds us of something profound. The universe is stranger, richer, and more alive than we ever dared to imagine. And that is why Pluto still matters. The further we look, the more we discover that even the coldest, darkest places in our cosmic neighborhood are not silent. They're speaking to us, whispering the secrets of existence itself.